Sit.
What?
Boom.
Can you play Catamaran on the Rocks, please?
You want me to play Catamaran in the Rocks? Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
You're welcome. How's everybody doing
Love
today?
Katamari in the Rocks. I'm good. I'm pretty good. I went and I voted.
Wow.
That was good.
Whoa.
I'm eating Old Bay kettle corn.
Again?
Yes, what do you mean again? Yes, again.
The accusatory tone.
Yeah,
That
that
is
is
good.
story.
I've eaten Old Bay potato chips. It's good.
Oh, that's what's yummy.
Yeah.
I'm eating Twizzlers.
Should try
I'm
Old
eating
Bay
nothing.
potato chips and Old Bay puffs and Old Bay popcorn and Old Bay corn
That all sounds
and Old Bay hot
sorry.
sauce
Yeah, I gotta
That
drive my ass out to
sounds-
Delaware.
and Old Bay beer.
Old
That
Bay.
sounds absolutely foul.
Wait, walk that back. Old Bay beer?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
At the grocery store sometimes.
Nick is waiting for when he turns 21. He's adding that to his 21st birthday wish.
I gotta put that one in the notes app.
And the O. I thought you said something else.
Gotta put that one in the knapsack.
Sure. Close enough.
I'm dancing, by the way.
Wow.
The thing is if I play a Katamari game that's not Katamari Damacy, it'll have music that's not the Katamari Damacy plays.
But it has a lot of the Katamari Damacy music in it.
But it doesn't have enough of the Katamari Damacy. And I guess you're right.
I want to play with those Katamari too. I don't have it yet, but I want to have it one day.
Yeah. I love the PlayStation version of that game.
I love PlayStation. I love the PlayStation.
Wow! They have Silent Hill 2 on there.
Wow.
They have Happy Feet for the PlayStation.
What's wrong with
It took me
it? 10 years to find.
But
this guy forgot the words to
I did.
I was told a completely different thing. I almost said happy feet and answer and like I said every word that was not Griff.
I forgot the words to smell the game.
This guy doesn't know.
It took me 10 years to find something.
You're close! It's the answer to something.
The answer to something.
I forgot. Got it.
I was just skipping to the next line, so I couldn't remember the one that was in between.
That's okay. That's not fucking. That's not it.
We're making shit up over here. We're making our own stuff for this song.
Yeah.
This is our remix. Marsupial remix.
I know it says yeah. I know that part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know guitar, and then there's a piano, and then he talks about the voices of, if we hear the voices of the living or whatever.
Voices of living, ironic. The
Grand
orchestra.
I forgot about
Stop
Epic
it.
Gases' entire existence until 2 minutes ago when we started this bit.
There can't be.
Go on.
I'm not continuing. They're gonna flag my video.
He doesn't know the rest of the song.
I do know the rest of the song. That's about it.
Remix.
Version where it says that's about it after every 4 lines.
Yeah.
It just cuts back to that part and like a broken record.
Yeah.
Like, can you hear it? The voice is left the river. That's about it. And it just goes back to that part of the song and starts over.
No.
I want to make that. It's really hard to remember the words and tune to a song when you're listening to a different song.
Yeah.
Just get good. Hope this helps.
Sorry.
Real.
Are you mad at me? Do you like me as a person? Wanna be friends? Wanna hang out? Or smile? Or to
Mike
road
didn't
team?
pick that up. I worked really loud.
I know this song from Portal, but every time I hear it, I think it's from the Persona 3 soundtrack.
Why?
It does kind of sound like that, yeah. It
Yeah.
has
Because
like
it
a
sounds like
similar
it's from the Persona 3 soundtrack.
I don't know anything about Persona, so I would not be able to understand.
Just trust me. Source, just trust me, bro.
I don't know much about Persona, but I know enough to understand.
I know too much.
I know nothing.
Forget.
I know,
On it, boss.
the Joker baby, and also one of the creatures looks like a penis. That's it.
That is true. No, both of those things are true.
I
like the-
misheard when you
no.
said I know, and I thought you said I'm the Joker, baby.
That is
I
also
was like,
true.
okay.
He is in a
Okay,
way.
Green Runner.
The Joker is there.
The green for
Is there a Green Runner
Smiley
in
got
Persona?
cut out for me. Is Smiley made a spring sound.
Yeah. You know.
I don't think there's a.
Classic spring sound.
I don't think there's a Persona that's the Joker. No.
Not the Green Runner either?
I can show you a green grinner.
Isn't the Joker from Persona? Great
No,
statement.
the Joker's from the Joker. Copy image.
He's from Joker the movie. Wait, that's a real
Starring
movie,
Lady
isn't it?
Gaga.
I made that
Lady
up.
Gaga, yeah.
The Joker movie.
Sorry
You
for
didn't
saying a
make that
real
up.
thing. I was trying to make a joke, but I forgot that that's the name of the movie. And decided not where he came from.
I like that you spoiled it. It is, yeah. It's not really grinning, but it is,
Grinning.
you
But,
know.
you know,
It's a little green.
Well, if you look at it, you'll understand.
It doesn't really smile, no, but you have to just imagine it in your mind.
The Green Whaler.
It makes me smile.
He's kind
Why does
of.
that make you smile? Riddle me
Kind
that.
of
Because it's
scary.
funny.
It's the green
He's
gopher.
a little bit funny looking.
No,
you
no,
say
I'm
so.
hunting the Green Goldberg.
Don't call that animal
That's the
for
Green
Green
Gold
Goldberg.
I'm glad you liked
was
that one,
fun.
Zach.
I really did. That was really good.
The one who is gulped.
I am the danger.
I am the one who is gulped.
What a gulp.
I am the gulpy
Say my name.
Mr. Gulper.
Yeah, goddamn right.
Sam is here, by the way, and he's sitting so nice.
Wow.
Wow. One day I dreamed to hold him in my arms.
It has to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So nice. So gentle.
I got Goom jump scared because the stream was lagging for me.
Get scared.
Okay, Goomed. Yo.
Hey.
What y'all know about Lake Theme?
It's everything to me. I'm sitting here and I'm enjoying.
Who's Lacey?
First of all, his name is Steve Lacey. Second of all, not what I was talking about in any way, shape, or form.
Oh.
You don't.
Green Grinner is at it again.
Don't call him that. You know he doesn't like it.
No, I like
It's not-
no,
it's-
I like the green
It's
burner.
the Green Gulper.
He
Oh,
doesn't want to be
that's
the
fine.
Green Gulper. It's okay, Nick. You're the Green Grinner to me. Unless
You're
it's
the
funny.
Green Grinner and also the Green Gulper.
You're the Green Gulper if you're gulping.
Okay. Then I guess I will just grin forevermore.
You have to. It is your purpose.
Born to grin, forced to gulp.
Nothing to gulp about in my life.
Trying to drink water. It hurt. Nothing to gulp about in my life. You guys want to play a video game?
Yes.
Not really.
Oh. Okay.
I don't even know where you are. I
The
forgot where we left off.
We were.
Hi.
We might have
I
been
think
starting the second.
we're still in the
day?
trial,
I
I
don't
think.
remember. Oh yeah, no, we are still
I
in
know
the
you
trial.
watched the video.
We're in the second half of the second trial.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was.
I understand.
I switched to this.
Now I know where to locate myself in case you need assistance.
Open the game. I need to pause the music. Even though I like this song. I need to switch the window.
You heard about Goom?
And then now we're here. Yippee! Let's go.
Wow.
February 24th, 12:14 p.m. District Courtroom number 9. Court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. Emma didn't come back. I forgot that
Am
she
I-
left.
Does anybody else hear sound on their stream, or is it just me?
Oh, I'm playing Cookie.
Does your
Wait.
does your stream
Oh,
have sound?
I don't hear
Is
this.
it Discord
I don't hear
stream?
it.
Oh yeah, I don't hear it either.
Wait, what don't you hear?
The sound
Sound of
on
me.
the Discord stream.
What? That's scary. Let me close this.
The green streamer. That was nothing.
Yep, I hear it now.
Working now?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was like, what? At first I thought you meant like in general, and I was like, I don't have anything turned off. Like that doesn't make it.
I don't hear any sounds at all in the world.
Oh, okay. That's fine.
Is that normal?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Alright.
Open your heart.
Why did that open that? Did I do that? Anyway,
It's the forward button.
allow me to call to the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. I still don't remember where Emma went or why. Hey, man.
She ran away because she was mad at her sister or whatever.
Oh. Witness, please state your name and
It's
occupation.
sad.
Me, partner? Oh, I'm just a man, same as you. Wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross intersections when needed. I know, you're a patrolman.
I like how it said that Edward said that second part.
Yeah, he did. He was finishing his sentence because, you know why. As for my
Sure.
name, if you listened hard enough, hear the howling wind calling it out. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind! Never heard Edgeworth described that way before. Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is this correct? According to the papers, partner. What do you mean? A desperado's soul is as boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Sure. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. The judge is like, get me out of here! Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In English. Judge said, you're saying some nonsense to me. Shut up already and get over it. Day of the crime. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style.
Great work, man.
So do your job.
I have my head in my hands. Off to a good start.
That's how the killer escaped.
The room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. If I
This guy
remember
needs
right.
to be arrested for negligence.
Literally. If I remember right, I was
get
at the
OSHA on the
street-side
line.
saloon at the time it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo the time I hit the trail... Bro, you're just admitted to
Because
not
I
doing your job because you don't want
not
to.
There because I was drinking.
Can't say I particularly care for your attitude.
I was at the bar.
I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. That's so
Oh!
mean!
Damn.
minute.
Oh.
Leave people alone.
What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well, what about the fingerprint-activated locks inside the evidence room? Fingerprint-activated locks? What kind of newfangled doohickeys are those? I forgot he doesn't even know how to use a computer. He literally doesn't even know how to check the cameras, which are literally just on
Average
screens.
man from 2016.
Average man from LA.
Yeah.
Not being very helpful. He's not that good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses now, don't they, Mr. Prosecutor? Surprised you didn't say prospector. This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, he's all yours. Go. My job was to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. Why do you call it that? How exactly did
He
you
likes
keep an
it.
eye on the evidence room? Made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still. Even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who interred the recordings. You can't keep on saying these words that I don't care about. Talk normal. Videos of nothing aren't that useful. Time would come, I'd erase the tape. Nothing unusual was recorded. Tape should be erased every 6 hours. Each time I'd erase a tape, felt like I was erasing a part of my life. He has a flair for the dramatic, but it isn't going to do him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? He said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. He said I'm not doing that. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right?
Nope.
You heard a word I said, partner?
No.
I told you that I ain't my
I don't do
style.
my job.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
He said he hates his job.
No
He said he
desperado
does
I
not
know
do
lets
his
rules
job.
get in his
What's
way.
complaining?
Literally. No desperados I know joined the police force. So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime? Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day. What do you mean between you and me? We have an entire crowd of
Between
people!
you and me.
Between you and me and the world at large.
Between you and me and this jury of my peers, I never fucking went in there.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that? Sorry, partner, can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. Bro! Does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. You used to be a detective, so you used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a goldmine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner. I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. It's not that complex. That's quite incredible. Fences and locker handles cannot be seen. It's well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence. And then he mentions that Detective Gumshoe said something like that too. At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place? He was drinking. He was drinking alcohol.
He was clubbing.
What are you doing in a place like that?
Wait, was
I
that
was eating
a
spaghetti!
club
He was eating spaghetti!
with papyrus?
And
That
sand!
was me. That's what I had for dinner last night.
Wow, I did
Oh,
too.
wow.
Really sane. Not even Angel's steak lunches can beat that parlor's ravioli sepia pasta. That's close enough for me. Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles? Not all desperados eat tacos, partner. That's not what I meant. Hope this has at least taught you a lesson. Strange. Usually where Edgeworth says, "Do you not want to raise this year?" Did you not? When has he said that?
The gumshoe all the time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Bro. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you call it, evidence. Plan to pin me to this crime. You better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. The steel horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen him. Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it, though, I'd better up the ante. I mean, I do have one thing, which is that I know that he was there at some point because we have the list. Right? Somebody has some incident. This. I have this. Wait, no. I forgot. He's not on this.
Owned.
Unless he's 77777, which is awesome. That'd be a great number. I love that number. What was the thing that I said showed that he was there? Was it fingerprints? Marshall's prints. There we go. But I don't know if I'm supposed to use this yet. It's been so long. It's been... I couldn't remember anything. I was like, what am I doing here? What's my goal? I also forgot about the jar. What is... plans. This is the thing that showed me the big blood puddle. Love blocked sensors in the thing. Security video, which was really funny and I liked it. Lana gave this to me earlier and it says some stuff in it. Neil Marshall. Sure, that's not important. I'm sure that Jake Marshall being one of the investigators has nothing to do with Neil Marshall being one of the victims. I'm sure.
Probably nothing.
Probably nothing.
You don't gotta worry about that.
I don't gotta worry about that right now.
I don't see how that relates to the trial.
File. Wait, but we don't know when the fingerprints came from. Right?
Well, he said in one of the other testimonies he wasn't in there all fucking week. Right? So.
That's true. The case just started. If I had to restart, I'll restart. Look at this.
Remix.
Officer Marshall, doesn't it strike you as odd? He's always saying this. That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. Yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. Quite simple. It left a very large trail behind its scene. Or, to be exact, a handprint. Listen real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. Once a month?
Dude!
Not true.
It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. I only wish it were, officer. But you see, fingerprints were covered in blood. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Blood-stained fingerprints were at the crime scene. The blood was wiped away. However, luminol tests clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? Seems to me, there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders. Nobody thinking, I guess. I take it you have an explanation then, Officer Marshall. About the blood-stained fingerprints? Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints. Found at the scene of the crime. I didn't like that break. Why did they break it like that? Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. No? Come on! The murderer
Surely
touched
you
the
can-
locker where my fingerprint was by chance. Bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Why do you know that? Why do you know that? What? Why do you know that? You're not supposed to know that. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt. Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner. Why does he know that? The defense may now cross-examine the witness. It's hiding something. I can feel it. Chance to prove it. That's the big thing that I'm worried about. Why does he know that the killer had gloves on? Well, just happened to be at the same place as the bloodstained handprint. I'm obsessed with this answer. I have to press it. I'm obsessed with it. So then,
Just a coincidence.
what about the bloody handprint? Doesn't mind. It's no mystery. Please explain. My locker is covered with my fingerprints. It just so happened the murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance.
Okay, but like, even if you are like making the rounds and shit, why are you fucking like filling up the locker?
Literally. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. Chances of that not happening are 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner. You ain't gonna get no reward from me without mere fingerprint. You wanna know why? The bloodstain and the fingerprints are completely unrelated. I'm sure. Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. Dude!
Dude.
One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murderer. It's also a number. Right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different. I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. I'm literally... What are you talking about? Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? Why do you know that? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. I keep up on the reports. There was a bloodstain at the scene, but to be left by the murderer. Right. It was found on Detective Gumshoe's locker. However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint. Yeah, I think we tried that too. We did, yeah. Remember? Do you remember, Phoenix? You remember?
Phoenix was yesterday, remember?
It was only a week ago, man. So that would mean the murderer wearing gloves happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint. That's the only logical conclusion. No, it's not! Can't let him squirm out of this one. Gotta find something. Something decisive to time Officer Marshall with his crime. I don't know what I have. It's only natural for my fingerprints to be in the evidence room. You're literally never there. You said that to me.
And also, did they not freaking clean it? If you were last there like a month ago.
They clean it. They don't need to do that.
They were like, don't worry about that.
Okay, so now I'm missing. I don't think the security video is very helpful. I'll watch it again, it's funny.
Use it though.
We can't see the locker that has the actual bloody handprint on it. So I don't know at what point that he would have actually touched it. Hey Negans, my friend.
The creature.
I'm sorry, I'm in the other room in the kitchen, so I can't give you anything.
I'm just watching
I
the
can,
video.
but if you want, let me know.
I'll let you know. I'm enjoying cinema right now.
That's not even music, that's me.
Wait, wait, hang on. I just saw something in the world that I didn't notice until just
What?
now.
Nick.
Alright, did
Are you
find
playing the
cave?
music for me? Oh my god. Didn't need to do that. I just noticed just now that the locker at the end that has the thing hanging out of it, it wasn't there until at the end of this video. Like, it's not there right now. And then I guess he went around the camera and went and got something. And then when the video pans back over, it's got something hanging out of it. And that tells me something awesome.
I'm gonna be so honest with you, I have no idea what you're talking about, but
What do
I
you
believe in
mean?
you.
What?
I didn't
I
see
saw
it.
At the
didn't
very
see
end of the video, you see, remember like the scrap of paper or fabric, whatever, that's hanging out of his locker? The one right by the door, and that's where we found the fingerprint?
Yeah, I know what you're talking
It's
about.
not hanging out of the
What?
door until the end. Hang on.
It's because I was looking at the open locker. That's what I thought you were talking
No,
about.
no, no, I was talking about the locker on the left. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Not really, no.
No.
We'll watch it again. Nick, play the tape.
Nick, play the music.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, hold on. So the leftmost locker right there,
Okay.
where all this stuff is.
Don't tell me that they're
Ooh.
killing, because I'm plugging in my phone. Okay.
It's not happening yet. It won't be until after Deacons get speed up or whatever. This is so funny. I'm obsessed with like the way that the music sounds coming through your microphone.
Yeah.
And then
It's-
now
it's
that
a
everything
lot.
is done, the very end of the video, the fabric is hanging out.
Okay.
Or whatever.
I understand.
So that means that the killer opened and closed the thing, and he could only do that if it was open, which it wasn't because the light's not on. So he had to have opened it with a fingerprint, which means that it was him. He was the guy.
He was a killer!
He was the killer, except he didn't kill Meekins, but he tried to. He really, really wanted to.
Should have tried harder.
Bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. I guess I'll present it on this one. Unless there's something else I can present, but I don't think so. Ah. Beautiful.
But the video won't.
Will it not work?
No, because they're talking about the bloodstain and the fingerprint, and you're talking about paper.
No, I'm
You're talking
talking
about
about
two
that
different
I'm talking about that the killer opened the locker. Are they not gonna accept that right now?
No, because the fingerprint's not on the. It's not on the locker scanner. It's on the locker itself. I can just be like, oh, they put their hand on it or whatever. Like, it's not gonna work.
I'm still cooking.
How are you?
You're noticing relevant details, but it's the Ace Attorney tradition of, yeah, that's true, but it's not going to come up until later.
Yeah, makes me
At least
sad.
I think so.
I could talk about how they would only touch it if they wanted to open it. I don't think that's helpful either. Ah.
But you know that what you were talking about is what you need to show, but you need to do other stuff first to get to that point.
Okay.
Remix.
Remix. Do they want to hear about the locker mechanism?
No.
Because then I don't know what else is related.
Do you want another hint?
Sure.
You don't have to present anything.
I don't?
No.
This is the only thing I haven't pressed yet, unless I can press something again. That's because you... How did you put it? Pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine. What? What do you mean? I mean what I said. That's the locker I used when I was ejected. The locker I still use. All that's in there now, though, is a heap of broken dreams. It'd be strange if my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently his fingerprint data was never changed. I've been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. Oh, so now they've updated it. So I just had to get that. I literally just had to press everything. I'm so used to Zag being like, oh, you press everything. It takes forever.
Well,
Sorry, I
technically you
didn't
did
press
not have to
everything.
press. Technically, you did not have to press everything.
I just had to press like the first thing and like another thing probably, but still, I skipped the first thing because I was like, that's not important. I already know that. I already know what he's gonna say. Man, are you starting to get the picture, partner?
Oh,
Picture. This seal of blood. Desert. It's just food for the buzzards. There's only
What?
one reality, and that's
what did
this.
he mean by this?
Security tape. I don't know. So long as my trail isn't in there, can't say otherwise. Okay, but the camera moves back and forth, and it's really close to everything for some.
It's not a good security
It's
camera.
like on the floor on a tripod or something.
Average security camera, if I'm being quite honest.
Literally.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Consider carefully where you're going with this awful. I thought he said awful with this cross-examination. I read.
Fucking shitty ass crosses in.
I like my eyes went back up to the word carefully and read it as awfully, and I was like, wait, what? Yes, Your Honor. Now then, continue your testimony, Officer Marshall.
Fuck yes, sir.
So now I have something. Am I supposed to present something to him now? Now that I have that thing?
You should show him your badge.
Oh wait,
No.
he said too bad it wasn't me in the video, right, partner? I'm gonna press that, I guess. What do you mean by that? You want to tie me
mean
to
by
this
that?
crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots. Blind spots? Places you can't see.
Oh my.
The camera's panning back and forth. Floor isn't shown. If someone was familiar with the camera's position, could leave the room without being caught on tape.
Objection!
We don't have time for your speculations. Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in the room that indicates Officer Marshall is present, please do so now. I have evidence. I do. Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall. Tread carefully, Mr. Wright. Or you might wind up being the one making the mistake. And that's why I'm going to save the game, because you just scared me so bad. You cannot say things that are so scary to me, Mr. Edgeworth. It's so mean when you do that to me. It's scary. It's bad.
It was a little funny.
Now then, let's have another look at that video. Show us the incriminating evidence of the witness, Officer Jake Marshall. I got it. Don't even look at me. Then he killed Meekins and he died forever.
Sad.
And boom.
Remix.
Right there. Bringing our attention back to the security camera. It's a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. Days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. That's not true. That's not true. Texas is rather close to the equator. The days are usually pretty long.
Well, Texas is different in Ace Attorney, so.
Could you sum up
Texas
what you...
is just built different.
Could you sum up what...
Texas is
Go on.
Maine and Texas switched places.
Can you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less, Smiley?
Hmm?
Can you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less?
Texas and Maine
Well, he did.
switched places. Don't worry about the strange, like,
Size disparity.
size disparity and the
Well, everyone knows that when you move
there being
Texas where it's colder...
for why the culture of Texas developed in Maine of all places.
Texas is like anything. You know, it expands when it's hot, shrinks when it's cold. If you put it up there, it becomes the size of Maine, and if you bring Maine down to Texas, it becomes the size of Texas. But they stay the same shape.
You're on to nothing. You made it.
No, I agree with him.
You made it strange.
I wasn't paying attention. Can we play the game?
Thermodynamics.
Okay.
Very well. He gets it.
I don't think there would be that much change in size.
What do you know? Come on. You ever moved Texas to the place of Maine and Maine to the place of Texas? I don't think so.
No, but I've taken classes on geology.
I did it. One time.
Okay.
Anyway, you can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. I like it. I like that he was counting. B lies in a certain locker shown in the video. That locker with the white cloth sticking out. That was the witnesses, I believe. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Let's see Meekins die again, but in reverse.
I don't want to see Meekins die again.
He's okay, but he died.
We gotta.
Oh! White
Done
cloth,
badly.
it's gone. An idiot is up to Marshall. When the crime took place, white cloth wasn't there, and it suddenly appeared. Only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened the locker when the camera was turned away. I like his back sprite. Hold your horses. Sorry, partner. Got the wrong man. What if my locker was open? It doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it.
Yes, it does.
You don't understand.
Remix.
Edgeworth is like, man, you're stupid. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. Not my fault he happened to choose mine. So not only you were admitting to opening the locker, you're also saying that you hid something in there? Why is everyone
Yeah.
staring at me like I'm a wanted man? It's because you're stupid. It's okay. Got
That's
it, man.
because they want you.
It's
probably.
because they want you. Guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know.
He's not just playing dumb, he is dumb.
I hate to rain on your parade. You're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say I opened that locker, now prove it. Dude! Did you forget? Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. You literally already knew and you forgot. Lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this. In any case, locks aren't that obvious. There's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks. So, Sheriff, what do you have to say? In 8 words or less.
I didn't do
He's
it.
bringing the bit back. What are you eating? I only got 1 word for
He's
you, partner.
biting.
No! That was so funny. That was so funny. That was such a good sprite.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Missed it. Order, order, order. Witness, explain yourself. This is a joke. It's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime. Olay! Please answer the question! Why'd you say that to him? Is he now a bullfighter? That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure out the rest from here. Again? Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet, Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall. If that's so, then where was the witness? Seems Mr. Wright has an answer. Right. The only possible conclusion. Well then, hear it. Where was Officer Marshall at the time of the crime? Wait. B is victim, K is killer. K is not Meekins, right? K is definitely killer. Right? This is the right
What
one,
is
right?
it? K is the killer.
K is
The
the mystery man, right?
V is victim.
I know V is victim, but nobody died.
No.
What is it?
K is the killer. aka Meekins theoretically.
Oh yeah, because they said that Meekins killed him. Okay, I forgot about that. So I want V. For the guy. Right?
Are you
V
just
for Officer Marshall.
V for victim?
No, but I'm saying at this point they think that Meekins killed someone, so he's the killer, right? So V would be the other guy, right?
Yes, it's Bruce Goodman, but not.
Yeah. Officer Marshall was standing right here. There? But that's where the victim, Detective Goodman, was. Correct. Unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. I believe the victim in the video is Officer Marshall. It was you dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous. Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. No, you forgot. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show his card, sir. Yes? And how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. The man had his ID card, why didn't he just show it? Yes, he would have needed it to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Well, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? He's dying. Got quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You're gonna have to do better than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as a victim. Can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beer, but you don't care. See me complaining. That's the second time you've said it. I think you might be complaining. Oh, Mr. Wright, give any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as the victim. Well, am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. See the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. You're not from the desert. Ah! This can't be happening. So obvious he's the one. What can I do? Edgeworth's got it covered. Edgeworth's got it covered. He's fine. Looks like your lack of experience is finally exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. Run into a wall with no place to go. Return to the basics. He's giving us advice. How sweet of him.
He's so sweet.
That would be what he used to tell me. Nick, I'm thinking outside the box. Shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was opened in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. And he did, despite the chance that it might be discovered later, as it has been. He didn't originally plan to open his locker. According to Vince's argument, Officer Jake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. Interesting! The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. I would say that the white cloth may or may not be his disguise. Very well. Let's get another look at the security tape. After committing the crime, the witness opened the locker to put away the white cloth. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. I know what I'm gonna pick. I just have to wait until it happens. That. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what that reason was, yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. Bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that. You hid the coat in your locker. Not bad, huh, partner? Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth? Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, you were only half as persistent then as you are today. We all wouldn't have to be. Now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. Seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15. The supposed victim was really you. One thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room. No one was murdered, then how could that be? Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. I guess as he's the donor. It's like too much blood for that. I already have an idea in my mind. I already have a beautiful, wonderful idea in my mind. I had to do it that day, I just couldn't stand by and let it die. He's talking about the case, but we're gonna ask him anyway. When you say it, you mean... You even have to ask, partner? It's on 9 incident. Years have passed since that case was closed. It's going to completely end with transfer that day. Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. What did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When the case is closed, only the detective who was in charge of the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. The case is mine. Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why did you care so much about it? Don't you worry about that, Phoenix. Today was my last chance. Why I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. Trying to take out the evidence. Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transferal. I'd be arrested for stealing evidence. Wouldn't get me anywhere. Did it to fool the security camera. And then take his ID card?
What was that crunch?
I heard that too. But you eating?
It's Velcro.
Oh.
You're eating Velcro?
Anyways, stop the case. I'm getting 5 Guys. Does anybody want anything?
Oh my god, yes.
Can I have... I've never been there.
I have a yummy bunger
Give me whatever
Yeah.
yummy. Give them fries.
and a Sprite.
Yeah.
I don't need anything to drink, but I would love a burger and fries.
Do they have any sweet?
No.
Oh,
Oh, that's right.
I do like milk.
Oh, I got a milkshake also. Thanks.
What kind?
Do they have strawberries?
Let me look at the Five Guys menu.
Pull it up.
Pause the stream. We gotta order 5 Guys.
I just joined
I
Five Guys.
just realized I've been muted for who knows how long. Can you give me the fucking peanuts?
No.
Five.
They don't have those anymore.
They fucking do.
Peanuts?
Five Guys I go to. The big ass fucking crate of peanuts.
They
don't
let you
have
put
them.
bacon in
They
your
didn't have
steak
those
at
then, though.
Five Guys? That's disgusting.
The
What?
DC 5 Guys, we don't have those.
Okay.
They don't let us have the peanuts because they think that we're all gonna get disease. I think that it helps. I think that it makes us stronger.
Not having peanuts?
I think having the peanuts makes us stronger. I think it's good to expose ourselves to everybody else's germs.
You're right.
I love cracking the shells.
I like,
Chicken and lemon.
well,
Nick
you
said he
might
likes scooping
I like
them.
to-
seem
I like
crazy
to-
what I'm about to say, but I like to eat the shells.
You're a sicko.
If
I was gonna say, I like to-
crazy,
Okay.
I would
like-
say-
I like to like gnaw on the shells because they're salty, and then I spit them out once the salt's gone into the trash.
I eat
don't
them.
spit
I just put them in my mouth and I chew, and then
I don't think you're supposed to do
You,
that.
no wonder you have IBS.
Oh.
that was
so
uncalled for.
unnecessary. Anyway, I want Oreos in my milkshake. Please.
I'd like a little hamburger and a small fries.
A
Nice
little
bacon cheeseburger.
hamburger.
But
Like a
they
tiny
make you-
hamburger.
They make you say that.
A doll size.
More like
hamburger.
ibuprofen.
Oh,
don't
y'all
need
are
to
going
do
to some strange 5 Guys where they're letting you have the peanuts and making you say you want a little burger.
Well, on the
That's
menu.
on the
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
menu. Do you not read?
Do you not read? Come on. We're getting violent about Five Guys.
Get your ass to a fucking good, decent Five Guys where they let you scoop
I don't know
the
if such a
nuts
thing exists.
out.
They let you
Of
scoop
the
the nuts. I
tray.
wish they let me scoop the nuts. They don't anymore. They used
So
to.
we
When
can't take the marsupials to Five Guys.
We can't take the marsupials anywhere.
You can't. You can take us
We were
anywhere.
very polite young men at the restaurants in DC.
We were.
Guys, we're in the middle of a murder trial, right?
We are. This is a murder
Okay,
case.
but
Oh
we
yeah.
need to share
Forgot
with
about
Scream
that.
the guy who had a minion tattoo that said bomb under it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about
It
that.
was really bad. It was really bad.
If you went to a Five Guys
Anyways,
on a
we're-
marsupial trip, I would turn into a wild animal. Fucking peanuts.
All right,
What would you do if
no
you
more
went there and
bunger.
They didn't have peanuts.
Stop.
No more bunger, no more peanuts. It's time for murder.
No more
Man,
peanuts.
I
some
stole that the
peanuts.
morning of the incident.
No more peanuts.
No!
That really was why Goodman started filling out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall. So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight. You mean, partner? I mean, the fingerprint activated lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprint. Only that locker shouldn't have opened. But opened because a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance? Then Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. Well, yeah, there were 2 times that someone went through, right? Was that not him?
That was...
It was
Did
Meekin.
Goodman throw 2 twice, or was it Meekin? Okay, yeah, it was Meekin.
It was me.
It was Smiley. Then it must have been just whatever other time, I guess. Unless 77777 is able to do whatever. Isn't expecting
Seven is allowed to do whatever he wants.
You're right. You're so right. What's happening? Solo Detective's ID and just like him, I plan to take out the evidence. Okay, yeah, I did that one. So now it's this one. Why did you knock him out? That was mean. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off. Just say I was a little surprised. And they planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I didn't think anyone would actually come in during that short time. Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. The judge said this would happen to him. Taking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. Ought to think a little more about his phrase this year. When did Edgeworth get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me, and I ended up cutting him slightly. Sorry it had to turn out that way. Me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? You cut him with the knife that you shave with all the time, every day?
Dude.
I don't know what to say.
Not sanitary.
Also, I don't think he's allowed to have that in the courtroom, but it is Ace Attorney Universe.
It is.
So what happened next?
It's not sharp.
He has to have.
It's sharp enough to cut his beard off. I'm watching it happen. It's flying everywhere.
It's sharp enough to cut Meekins.
I can see his beard hairs going all over the place. He's making a mess.
No, both his hair and
He's got a
Meekins are
pile.
weak.
That's true. He managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera.
Where are these blasts?
Did your research beforehand. Those going in the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left. However, you bloodied your coat in the struggle with Officer Meekin. If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What's Officer Meekin's doing during that time? What else? He's sleeping like a baby. Yeah, you did stab him. Knock him out. What you're saying is, on that
You
day,
did kill him.
there wasn't any murder in the evidence from the fact that but the blood found at the scene certainly indicates a crime took place. Are you blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. You stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? I opened the locker. The evidence was already gone. What? Edgeworth, where is that evidence? Still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, I can ask you one thing. Fire away, partner. Free country. He would say that! Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing a detective's ID, injuring a police officer? No small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. You'll have serious consequences. You can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one is mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with. The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Hear more. Can you tell us about someone? I can't just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? No, I don't know why. You gonna tell me? That case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it? That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room. So Dark was convicted for those crimes. I think I can say for sure he deserved his sentence. I remember the Joe Dog case. It involved serial murders, didn't it? I don't intend to complain about how it turned out. There's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about. Happened? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to
Nobody
find
will
out.
talk about it.
Why is he so concerned with that incident? I should present him with what I think is a real reason. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. Should take another look at the files. Oh my, you're gonna make me scroll all the way back.
Well,
Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sniffing too much cactus juice, partner. I have the
Sniffing?
SL9 incident. No. Sipping.
on my life, you said sniffing. I swear. On my old bay popcorn, you said sniffing.
Popcorn. Better throw it away then, I guess.
I already ate it all.
Oh. Better, I don't know. Something
Give
that
it
you
away.
don't like. I have the SL9 incident
No!
file here. The name Marshall is meant.
Why did you say? Hey, that's me.
Yeah. In a list of murder victims.
They're literally trying to convict me of a crime.
Yeah. Neil Marshall.
Oh, fuck.
Are
I
you
didn't
related
do
to this
it.
man?
Your Honor, League of Legends.
Neil
That's
Marshall.
fine with you.
Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Received the same lousy prosecutor award you got. What? A prosecutor? I want to see that picture again. I liked that picture. I want to see it again. You're talking about King of Prosecutors Award. Now I remember.
The King of
Prosecutor Neil
Fighters.
Marshall. Now I remember. The King of Fighters. 15.
15.
Get ready for a battle of titans.
Did I tell you the reason Casey mentioned that last night was not because he was considering getting it, but because she was considering getting it for me.
That's so
Aw.
funny.
I was like, I already have the game, sorry. We played it together before.
We'll get you the King of Fighters 14.
I don't want KOF 14.
No one said that you wanted it. Anyway, now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall handled the SL9 case before I did. That's right. Killed. Case fell into your hands. What's his relation to you? He was my brother. Took his hat off. He was investigating the murders, and the aunt detective at the time. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. So Dark. My brother fought Dark and he was killed. That was the first time Dark left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was, I don't know that word. Framed? I don't know this word. Anyway, he was incarcerated. I guess it means, like, he got, guilty verdict. Incarcerated. Case was finally closed.
Got in trouble.
According to the public records. My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Dark. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight. That's it? That's your reason for the insane actions? There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me. Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime. That was the last day of the SL9 incident. Nope. Not satisfied with his resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence. Officer confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled.
Rendered him unconscious.
Yes, this mystery has finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. I can't believe that they thought there was a murder at all. Anyway. Stanley, why are you looking at
Would
me?
not get it.
Looking at me with big eyes.
Wow.
I'm scratching his chin and he's scratching my hand because he wants to itch it. Oh. Itchy. Why are you so itchy? I'm itching your skin. This is awesome. Tyler. Is it better? Less itchy? Happy. Things that happen by chance never cease to amaze me. Exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? Got to be more than just that. So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. Which in turn means only one person could have committed the crime. Chief Prosecutor Lance Guy. No. But wait,
It was Smiley.
a verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Why examine the incident in the police department today? But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. This boy's got the draw on your partner. I read that one wrong. You got the draw on Phoenix, partner. All the mysteries of the police department have been uncovered. No contradiction remain. I hate the cuts.
On what?
Remain. Murder took place at the prosecutor's office. The suspect was Lance Guy. There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Starr. Give a response. Make it one word or less. I think he can do that. I rest my case. The whole jury was like, wow, he said it so cool when he said that. Wow, that was so cool. Seems the trial has reached its conclusion. There's no room for doubt. Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. No doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security cameras tape really was fake. I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty. I mean, it didn't, but they're gonna say that it did because they want to. Now, then the time for the verdict has arrived. Court finds the defendant. Hold it. My favorite verdict. Hey. Your Honor. Wait. Emma. The defense has an objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right? Mr. Wright? Are you this girl's guardian? Your Honor. Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor. All I'm asking is for a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Edgeworth, please. I don't want to leave any loose ends. Want a minute? I'll give you 3. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dart killings. Now that she mentions it. names of both Sky's sisters were in that file. That's when I figured it out. What Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. What names were in the file? I didn't see. Oh, they were both witnesses. Oh, I didn't know that. And Lana was the executive investigator as well. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day, though I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing. The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on the Detective Gumshoe's locker? No fingerprints were found on it, right? No, but I figured if I examined it scientifically, I'd be sure to find a clue. So, I ran over there and looked at it again. That's where she was this whole time! He's been gone for like an hour. So did you find something? No. No. Huh? Sorry. Guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all. Is that all? Please don't be mad. The high school student. I'm just an attorney. Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue I have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright. You're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you. Me? Oh boy. Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright. With regard to the incident at the police department, any reasonable doubt remains. It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Right? I'm sorry I can't be of more use. But still, I can't find anything wrong with that blood mark. Lana will be... Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. We don't have all day. Yes, Your Honor. Ever I've needed to concentrate, it's now. What's wrong with that handprint on Detective Gumshoe's locker? There'll be something I'm missing. I mean, probably. Probably. There's probably something wrong. I'm sure, there's probably something wrong. I think it's messed up. Handprint left at the crime scene. Clearly, it shows a contradiction. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright. I've been staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them? Yes, this is strange. Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Means something hasn't been drawn on here? Yes. Something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. That was part of the defense in trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright. All this evidence here. There's gotta be something I can use. The question is, item can prove something is missing in the floor plans. That was so loud!
That was scary.
Yeah, that did scare me.
What about that piece of plywood? You're not calling a
I
piece
literally
of
just had
plywood.
water. And I literally just had to drink some water, and then I got blue badger jump scared.
The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force. Defender of truth, guardian of proof. He's literally defender of truth, guardian of proof. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright.
Literally.
Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. Blue Badger is not here. So, watch what happens when we put him in. Where he was dancing at the time of the crime. Well, what? That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint in the spot in this locker. What? That means, just exactly what does that mean? It means it can't be done. Just saying. Blood traces were undeniably found in that locker. Don't look at me. I didn't put it there. Right, think it through scientifically. Oh, I already have great ideas. That afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the blue badger to the evidence room, right? After you put it down, it would be impossible to leave the handprint in that locker. So that must mean the blood mark was left there before the blue badger was brought in. Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom. They sound far-fetched, Your Honor. The only possible explanation. On February 21st, Police Department's evidence room. Blood was spilled not once, but twice. How? Time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, other time... Someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Ow.
That's ridiculous. I refuse to. The photo portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, it does not explain the blood mark found on the locker. So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place? I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred. First incident occurred. To surmise, the defendant claims that... Hang on, I gotta check something. Well, it must have happened...
checking something.
It must have happened at 4:50. 10 minutes after Miles Edgeworth was in there. Oh wait, no, 5:14. The Bruce Goodman. Was it 77777? Oh man. Edgeworth killed that guy for sure.
Sorry.
He was Smiley. To surmise, the defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
Edgeworth can't have killed that guy this time because Mike Meekins was also there at 4:50. So he would have seen something said something.
The blood mark on this locker proves it. Well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented. Proof that shows when the murder took place. And one piece of evidence that can show that. Now then, will the defense please present its evidence? What shows when the first crime took place? The only thing that shows me when anything happened is the ID card record. I guess it must be that. I'll look anyway. I don't have anything else to be remotely related. It has to be this, right? If the crime took place inside the evidence room, the perpetrator would have had to enter the room. In order to do so, an ID card is required. Card. Oh, the ID card record. Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel into the evidence room at 4:50 p.m., right after Miles Edgeworth killed that guy. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Ah! Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done? I really like
Miles again.
Why are you yelling at guys?
I never figured you had nerve, boy. Put off the act witness. Doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
I think it
Nope.
was you.
I ain't getting it. Afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the luminol test that the blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood. That means bloods from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible.
I think he did do it.
That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edward entered the evidence.
He does his Pilates, he could have done that.
Look at the charge again.
I've
There's
gotten
only one
ready
other
in the
card.
morning pretty fast. I think even I could do all that.
You
I
think you
could
could
do
kill
it.
somebody and move their body and clean the blood up?
In 10 minutes? Yeah.
And that's kind of crazy. Only one other card number remaining. 7777777. Talk about a lucky number. Wait, makes sense. Detective Goodman have entered the evidence room. No record of his card being beforehand. Must have entered along with a real murderer. Oh, because he didn't have his card. Because someone took it. So, he had to borrow someone else's card, so he had someone else go with him, and then he got murdered.
By
Only
lucky
plausible
number
explanation.
7. My Santa.
Venom is 7777777. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose ID number is 7777777. That's one 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least at present. What? Explain yourself, son. The ID number 7777777 belongs to someone with the rank of captain or higher. Gee. I wonder why that might be.
Interesting.
I wonder why that would happen. That's kind of crazy. They had to show me a bad image of this killer. Jenkins. Someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such a person's identity.
Why not?
Ooh,
But that's
this is a
ridiculous.
murder trial.
Mr. Howe, not finished talking, Mr. There is one situation in which we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted. An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? Your cover-ups and your forgeries. That's how the prosecutor's office operates. I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you would keep your slander to yourself. Slander, is it? Okay. Let me ask you a question. Yes? No, not to you. Her, the defendant sitting over there. Your own little executive. Anna? Don't be stupid. In charge with murder. Of course, we've looked up her ID number. And it's not 7777777. Don't play me for a fool, partner. Not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident. The SL9 incident? Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. That trial 2 years ago. Really only use legitimate evidence.
Yeah.
She go up there, she says, yeah. And then fade to black. Full credits. You need the witness to repeat this question, Chief Prosecutor. I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution at trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana, I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. Before I realized it, we're the ones being suppressed by the law. Defendant, just what are you saying? I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor, how'd you get there? Did you just, push her away and step on the stand?
Yeah.
During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in the court? And you look me, an investigator in the crime, in the eye and say that you did. Chief Prosecutor, you didn't. I don't have to, Officer Marshall. Why don't you answer him? Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. Lana! Even if it involved forging evidence. Live everyone reaction. See? That's what I'm talking about. No. No! Oh, everyone's yelling now. Everyone's like screaming. And his remarks caused such a stir. Chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. Conclusion of the trial. Have to wait until the following day. Of course
dun.
it would.
Mm-hmm.
To be
Yup.
continued.
You can't forge evidence. That's illegal.
That's not allowed.
That's against the law, and you're gonna go to jail.
That's cheating. Don't do that.
February
Don't do
24th
that.
through 12 p.m. Wright and Co. law offices. So sorry, Mr. Wright. Sorry for what my sister said. Domestic crimes require drastic measures. Just the way it is. Did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings. I think everyone's heard about these killings but me. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. Why she used me? Why she used what happened to me? What do you mean, what happened to you? It's all there in the file. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. Murdered Officer Marshall's brother. Left behind an incriminating piece of evidence. What did you have to do with those killings, Emma? On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me. What? Tried to kill you? Officer Marshall's brother, was only trying to save me. That means, yes, I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial. I didn't see that one coming. I did, it was in the court record. Phoenix Wright has forgotten how to read.
Sad.
Remix.
Really?
Happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year, too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. And suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office. In the dark. It's like he was running from something. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up. With Marshall's brother. Joe Dark tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then, what happened? I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. What I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. Wait, you'll see it now. Permanent picture? All these kids are traumatized. I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall. You weren't able to testify about that? No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why Lana, but she made up the crime. Made it up? Provided bogus evidence? Why would you think bogus? You sound like Dylan's head. Prosecutor's
They're
office.
awesome.
They are awesome, but still.
I've never seen that movie. I should really watch it.
It's
There are several
Yeah.
Bill and
It's
Ted
so-
movies.
I've never seen those movies. I should really watch them.
the prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence and Mr. Edgeworth used it. Edgeworth? Yes. I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. Couldn't have known he was getting false evidence. So, that's when it all started.
Even
Rumors
so, he
about
wouldn't
Mr. Edgeworth,
care.
I mean. It's all my fault. What does that sound?
What was that sound?
Sorry.
I'm gonna have to change the batteries on their smoke detector.
Somebody's scraping the plate with their fork.
I was gonna say that, Smiley.
What it was is that I was trying to quietly pick up some metal bowls and they scraped against each other.
Oh my god.
Clearly not quiet enough.
If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened. True, even though they may not have known it, Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence. After that case ended, Lena was never the same. being cold like she is today. Must not have been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. Tell me about this traumatizing incident in your mind. What did you see in the instant the crime occurred? Dark knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife. Mr. Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl. I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lena was cradling me in her arms. Poor Emma. She's been through so much. And you're like 15.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was 2 years ago. She was like 13. Goddamn.
Yep.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that instant. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good. Years ago, you must have been 14. It's understandable. Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimony. Find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way, Lena would never have to forge any. I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick. There's something that bothers me about that crime. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma. What is it? I think you were in Lena's office at the time, right? That's right. Why then would a serial killer come running in? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor. Oh, there's no mystery there. Joe Dark had been taken in for questioning that day. Taken in for questioning? By the police? Of course. This happened at the police department. I tried to run away halfway through the interview. Run into my sister's office. Why did he run all the way over to your sister's office? Because the detective office is in the question room right across from the elevator. Across from the elevator? Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she? No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. That would have been a little helpful to know. Thanks, though. She was the best in the entire force. What? News to me. After the Joe Dark case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made prosecutor. Lana was a detective? I better have another talk with her.
Yep. You know you need to tell your lawyer things, right?
Oh my god. Did you remember that I'm an attorney? Do you know it? See this? My attorney badge. Ah, well, I've never seen a real one before. You're the first one who's actually been interested in mine, believe me. I love this line.
You think I'm trying to keep your sister out of jail. Can you tell me more stuff, please?
I'd give you $50 for it. It's the best line in this entire case. How do you feel about these files? Seems everything is somehow related to this. What's it labeled again? The SL9 incident? Yes, names of everyone connected to this trial is listed here. All that's left. Figure out just what role everyone plays in this case. Search hard enough, I think we'll find our answers. What exactly did or didn't Lana do? Not sure I want to know everything. Blame you. You know what this jar is? This jar is pretty fragile. Looks like it's about to break apart. What do you mean about to? It's already broken. I meant again. Found a detective Goodman's evidence offer. That means somehow related to that other incident. Yep. Everything else is unrelated except maybe this glove. Here, see this? Ah, I've noticed that defense attorneys have a tendency to want to show people things.
Yes.
Remix. Let's go hang out. February 24th. Detention Center. This room. Lana. Right. Seems I keep causing you trouble. Falsifying evidence. Didn't think you were the type. Criminals don't mind playing foul, why should we? Lana, if you're wrong, the person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks. Lana, Emma told me about you. Oh? About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SL9 incident was the prosecutor's office. That's right. Fill me in on the details. Especially about that unusual change of jobs. Yeah, I don't think you generally just go from being a detective to being a prosecutor. I'm pretty sure you need a lot more school for that.
Yeah.
If you went to school for, like, criminal justice or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're, like... Well, is prosecutor a lawyer?
Yes.
Is lawyer. Lawyer
Yes,
is the category that
prosecutor's a
contains
lawyer.
prosecutor and defend... Okay. Or not defense attorney.
Yes.
Okay. I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright. Thank you for being so kind. A lot of revelations were uncovered in the trial today, not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one, 2 years ago. Evidence from that case was stolen. I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Ed. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. Couldn't be helped, Emma. That trial 2 years ago stole my soul. Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department. Say it ain't so, Lana, the witness, Star said. Like you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife. Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma, I'm involved just in... I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Yeah, that's the one thing that's bothering me. Like, she hasn't outright said that she didn't do anything. She's just like, go on, find out the truth. Go right ahead. It's like, okay, did you kill that guy? And she's like, I can't tell you that. At least with Edgeworth, it was like, he couldn't really remember what had happened. He was just like, listen,
Right.
like, I was holding a gun, the guy fell in the water. I'm pretty sure I could have shot him, maybe. But she's just like, I know what happened and I'm not telling you.
Did I kill that guy? I don't know. Find out for yourself.
Find out in the next episode. It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. He was amazing. We still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant did. Or, she and Chief Gant cracked together. Chief Gant? Then he was the vice head of criminal affairs, but he still worked at the crime scene. And Gant, everything I aspired to be. And now he's a killer. They were the best team ever. Solved crimes before the reports even be filed. Emma really idolizes her big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened? I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crime scenes. He'd later use that experience in court. Gant's help in the SL9 case was critical in its resolution. After that, I came to the police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That
That's more about
seems
this
like
investigation.
corruption.
Yeah, that's 2 years ago. That seems bad. I mean, like, if she was going to school, become a prosecutor during this, and, like, she got her stuff together, and then this happened, you know, I can see it. But why did he just use the case to move up and then move her up with him? Like, that sounds bad. 2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark. Second in command? That means the chief detective was no doubt Damon Gant. Yes, Dr. Gant and I shared the same office, same investigations. We had the same office. We had a team with the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Star. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. Quite gung-ho. He was so excited to work with his brother! Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. He asked him to come in for questioning, desperate for evidence. That was when the last murder took place. When he tried to murder Emma. Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. The first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me. Now you tell us. Detective Gant and Prosecutor Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have panicked. He waited until Gant and Marshall let the guards down and then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Detective Gant and myself. That's where he found me. So you were the first person to run into the scene, Lana. It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelled blood. 3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out, and the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seemed Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious. What do you do? To be honest, I panicked. Picked up Emma, carried her out of the room, and just held her. Blame her after all. Must have gone through. After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest. Let me get this straight. We're all involved in the SL9 incident. Right. Quite a coincidence. I don't think so. I just don't really think so. Don't buy it.
No.
What are you saying? There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance. But that case was solved 2 years ago. At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved. Officer Marshall, yes, his actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he changed completely. Guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories. That case just might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right? Yes, the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. The Chief's office. Maybe we should have a look at the Chief's office. Site of the final SL9 murder. If you say so. I'm a little scared. Do you like these files? Attorneys and prosecutors have no business showing evidence outside court. It's taboo, especially when the interests of both parties are involved. Really means it. Lana, you don't even want to see the blue badger? Please, go. You don't want to see the blue badger. Alright.
But you want to hear the beautiful song of the Blue Badger.
February 24th, prosecutor's office, underground parking lot. No one's here today. Not even the star. Someone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room. That must be where the detectives are. But we proved in court today that no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m. on the day of the crime. Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case. Instead, it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty. Hang in there, Lana. Gotta find all the answers by tomorrow. Yep. We're in trouble.
Yep.
I wanna go see my friend. Can you be here, please? Mr. Edgeworth isn't here. I hit my computer with my fist and it's
Oh, sorry, Stanley.
sorry, Stan. My fan. Grabbing my hand. Looking at me with big wet eyes. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee. Took a real beating in court today. Yeah, with Lana admitted to falsifying evidence 2 years ago. I guess we'll just have to come back later. Can I please go to the office or whatever? I guess it's in the other department. Here we go again. Happy February 24th. Howdy, Bambina. Oh, Mr. Marshall. I never thought things turned out this way when I woke up this morning. Hey, Sarah. Never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? I don't know if my luck had run out when old Billy dried up this morning. What are you talking about?
You want to see something beautiful?
Billy? Must be
From
his pet cat.
Jigsaw?
What?
Billy from Jigsaw?
No, not Billy from Jigsaw.
Damn it.
Hey, where are you headed? Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary hearing, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the evidence room today, partner. Marshall, why did you do it? Why did prospectors head west? Never there was a case I needed to know the truth about. That one. Or you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall. Mind telling us exactly what happened? I think I won't be getting a steak lunch today. No, I'm not giving you anything. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. It wasn't just me. All the detectives thought so. What do you mean fishy? Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, a murder weapon. Murder weapon? In switchblade knife with a broken tip? That was Joe Dark's alright. But, initial autopsy report, question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not the perfect match with the paint. What does that mean? It seems there's a good chance that the knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased. The facts of the evidence? That case left behind scars on all of us. Scars of the SL9 incident left behind. I got the looks that he got the brains. One of the best prosecutors around. I had just made detective when I went down. In our first case together. How old was he? Brother. He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day. At 27? He was the best prosecutor at 27?
Damn.
The highest honor? I don't mean king of prosecutors. 15. Not that again.
How old is Edward in this game?
24? Which 2 years ago he would have been 22. What are you looking at me like that for? It's an honor for a prosecutor. Marshall must have really been close with his brother. Maybe the SL9 incident took place. That wasn't the same day as... Right. Day of the evidence transferal. Interesting. It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall there was thunder. I can't believe 2 years are gone by already. Tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die. Apparently someone tried to stop you. Goodman was murdered. The evidence locker was empty. There was something going on behind the scenes in that case. We all knew that later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. That's true. Because he was a detective, and Angel was a detective, and prosecutor was murdered, and another detective was moved up rather than demoted, which is interesting. And also Goodman is dead. The star was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room. What about Detective Goodman? If they did something to him, too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough not to be too obvious. They? What are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gant and Lana Skye. Chief Detective Damon Gant and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force who hadn't heard that duo. The case was the biggest step in both their careers. After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right? Yeah. Damon Gant, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. Never been the same since she left. Everyone who knew her said so. Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective. As he mentions it, Emma said something like that too. Tell me, what happened to my sister? Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out. And the secret all started 2 years ago. So there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner? Certainly enlightening. There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one who used falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict, but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a patrolman after today. Too bad I won't be around to work with you when you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina. He's nice.
Hmm.
Alright. Here we go again. They better show me gumshoe. I swear, I swear, I swear.
Please, please,
This
please,
place is
please.
always pretty empty, but today it's deserted. Must mean everyone's busy solving crimes. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room. Thanks. Wow, he actually talked to us. The chief prosecutor's saying that what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention a statement to the media in tomorrow's trial, more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together. I think festive is the word usually used for those. Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office. Head across the hall to the other building and take the elevator to the top floor. Really? Mean it's okay for us to go in there? I mean, we aren't police officers or anything. Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits.
Shouldn't have questioned it.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm. Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office. She's so right. Here we go. Why is there a pipe organ?
You know how it is.
Surely I don't.
Okay, well, you just don't fucking get it, then.
Oh, where am I? In the chief's office, silly. At least that's what it said on the door. What about that pipe organ? Real, isn't it? Yeah, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten. They used to call me Little Miss Bach. That's so funny. Thought I was a genius. They tried teaching me notes. Never could remember where C was. Oh, it's you two. You can't. Look at that paper he's reading on his desk. Oh, Mr. Wright, have you been swimming lately? No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. Aye, how time flies. That big picture on the wall over there? Picture of Lana, Neil, and me. You know, there's some interesting things about this picture. But we're not worried about that right now. This is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it, though. No, I don't imagine you would be able to. I see nothing wrong. Everything's okay. Everything is totally fine.
Everything's above board, you know? There's nothing wrong here. Just
Can't
free.
see picture added to the court record.
Members of the law enforcement taking a little funny photo. Do you think they did a silly one?
Literally, where's the silly picture? I know you did one. Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together. Oh, at this office. The crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it? That case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend. I think this guy might be evil.
I don't know. Well, hey, you want to see something funny?
What?
Open the court record really quick. We go into the profiles. Click on his name. Read his name, but replace the A's with E's.
Steven Gent.
D.
That's so funny. Next. Looks like we aren't welcome. That case isn't over with yet after all. What do you mean? Can't deny our request to search the crime scene. There must be a doesn't want us looking around in there. Seem like a clue? Gotta be a way to get inside the chief's office. Well, can we scale the building? No, they don't want me to scale the building. I'm excited when I come to the police station because it feels like I've jumped into a movie.
What if we make Blue Badger fursuits and pretend to be the mascot and go into the office undetected?
What if we roll Blue Badger in front of us and walk slowly? He'll be
Like
so
Solid
enthralled
Snake.
by him that he'll be like, "Oh, Blue Badger, you arrived at my office. I didn't see you there."
He'll be too distracted dancing to the Blue Badger song that he won't notice us.
We'll just sneak out right past him. Hey, pal. Detective Gumshoe. Are you in a meeting? I was, taking a breather. My feet hurt. Sitting so long in the meeting? Actually, I had to serve everyone coffee. They're making you do intern work! No! My friend Gumshoe. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No. Why do you ask? Under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battles between you two in court. Sounds serious. Is it because of what my sister said? That's basically what it all boils down to. That falsified evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood. Yikes. Talk to me, Gumshoe. I miss you. How did Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like the news evidence was forged. And the sky is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence he presents in court. Not only that, as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. Those who don't like him haven't been able to do anything because of his amazing talent as a prosecutor. But now with this, are there really so many people who hate him? In our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Edgeworth not only had that, but he's young. No better recipe I know of for making enemies. Don't call him that. Hey Dick, keep up with the good work. Sir. Go out for lunch again sometime, my treat. Yes, sir. You gotta take me back to that joint sometime, okay, Dick? Yes, sir. Don't have any problem with enemies. Yeah, well, be careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. By the way, I do want to double check. Gumshoe's 30, which means that he's not particularly young, and we know he's not the best at his job. So, his formula doesn't really apply to him. But I still like him, so fine. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while the coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. They're buddies! Well, did you find anything? The only evidence Dark left behind was during his final attack. Final attack? When he killed Prosecutor Marshall, he was trying to protect some girl. Right there. Seems Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all. Oh, what was it? Oh, let's see. I think it had something to do with the murder weapon. Oh, I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? Powers of recollection never fail to impress. Is it written in there? Not in my book. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. Might jog his memory. Okay. About this. Hey, don't tell me that. It's tag attached to it, label SL9 instead on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon. Speaking of, what are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker. On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the lockers and was found in Mr. Edwards' car muffler. That's it? Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. Showed me that knife, it all came back to me. Well, what was it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again! Before you forget again! Not forget!
Hurry.
So first, tell me about Dark's crimes. Your Dark was 42 at the time of the crime. Just your run-of-the-mill businessman. A businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. Car? So, it was an accident? Accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal. Animal? He killed a man that witnessed the accident. Then he killed a lady who saw the second crime. He walked by just then, so he killed him too. Then when he was burying the bodies, a jogger came upon the scene and was killed as well. Finally, he turned himself in. I didn't like that kept going without me clicking anything. Seems he was a pretty careless animal. Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So, he turned himself in. Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but fortunately, he was arrested on the spot. Good thing the last witness wasn't killed. The last witness must mean Emma. This knife. It was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. Traced it back to the store he bought it at, and it had his fingerprints on it too. No one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right? That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken. You take a good look to notice that. Yeah, well anyway, take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in. Was it? The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it inside his own body. It was found
What a
deep...
way to say it broke off in there.
Really? It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? Bet. Down to the last fiber. That's pretty intrusive. Neil's autopsy report added to the court record. Switchblade knife added to the court record. I mean, I already had it, but I suppose you mean updated. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? Money you need. Yes, Chief Gant. Not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? Where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered. The Chief's out now, and his office is locked. We'd like to have a look around, if that's okay. Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door. What? Really? If I let a civilian in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust. Breach of trust? Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh.
Oh,
Oh. Sorry, pal.
maybe then you could get a job that values you.
Yeah, right? I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's. That won't work either. That up was deleted the day he died. Oh. So, in other words, it was our only chance of getting into that office. I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind. I don't want to get him fired. Don't make me do this. What if I show him the Blue Badger? Guy almost made us lose the case today. What are you talking about? He was guarding the bloodstain on the evidence locker with his life. That's more than you can say about most officers nowadays. He would have saved us a lot of trouble if he hadn't guarded it so well. I have to admit he's right, though. Thanks to the Blue Badger, we were able to prove another possibility today. The possibility that another murder took place prior to 5 p.m. Okay, so it wasn't that. Do you like this picture? Let me share a little advice with you as a detective. If you don't have a clue, keep your trap shut. I'll, keep that in mind. Sheesh! I've been studying up on those files. Nothing wrong with Mr. Edwards' presentation. I think people are accusing him of injustice. I, for one, ain't buying it, pal. You're looking into the case of Mr. Edwards? Yeah, pretty big deal while it was going on, you know. After all, the serial killer was on the loose. That was pretty clear in her confession. Forged evidence in order to prove Joe Dart guilty. Do you like this jar? About that jar. I think I've seen it before somewhere. Somewhere? Maybe it's one of those memories people have from previous lives. I don't think so.
No, buddy, I don't think so.
This must be the most uninformative detective I've ever met. Thinking about it makes me feel uneasy. It's like I'm in the chief's office, yelling at me. And? Where could I have seen that before? Could it be in this picture? You don't realize that it's in the picture? You don't see it in the picture? Not anything to you? You like the trophy? Hey, that's it. That's the King of Prosecutors Award that Mr. Edwards got the other day. You got the award ceremony that you're coming to? Of course, pal. I got an award for diligence myself. Congratulations. Just wondering, why is the award a shield? And why is it broken? Oh, there's a reason. I'll tell you what it is later. Apparently, he's forgotten. Like my screwdriver? You like my glove? You like my shoe? You like my note? What am I supposed to show him? Like my ID card record? It's the ID card record, isn't it? Yes, and one number left to investigate. 4:20 p.m. Victim, Detective Goodman, must have entered the evidence room along with someone else. Someone with an executive officer number. 77777777. That's 17 too many, Detective. Officer. Just might have a hunch. Like, my luminol? Hey, I just bought some of that stuff. Now I go around detecting blood traces too. Wow! Is that a new type? That bottle before. Add 3 inches to your base height. Base height? Hey, let me see that. Blooming tall, new and improved growth formula. You mean this can't detect any blood traces? Well, not quite the same thing as luminol. That's why the lady at the counter had that smirk on her face. He's doing his best. Hey, that powder is used for detecting fingerprints. What are you doing? What does that sound, Nick?
Oh, me. Oh, just laying down. Hello.
It sounded like you were breaking a piece of wood in half with your hands. Anyway, yeah, Mr. Edgeworth gave it to us. You did what? All I have is some flour. Are you okay, Detective? Quick, run! Achoo! His big explosive sneeze. Any help? One time I took a nap on a bench with wet paint. Why am I not comforted? And
Literally, what are you doing?
I'm supposed to show him something to convince him to help us. That's what they said.
You already did!
When?
You already talked about everything.
But he said it last. He said I had to show him something to convince him to help us.
Oh, then
I
you
still
need
can't
to...
go.
What, literally, what do you think you need to show? It's really the last thing on the damn screen.
What?
You got so distracted by the whatever of Gumshoe.
What are you talking about?
That the thing you need to show him is extremely obvious. It was literally on the screen.
When?
When you saw the talk button.
What?
What?
They told you what you have to show him.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did! Alright, it is so obvious, please. Like, I'm not even like trying to be mean. Like, they tell you what it is.
Dinner time.
Well, I can't look again. They're not gonna tell me again.
Yes, they are. The conversation will just repeat itself.
Last
Nick
conversation?
died.
Bless you.
Yeah.
Maybe we show him the murder weapon. I did that already. And he opened up the
then
murder
you're
weapon.
Then you're done.
No, but they were saying that we need to convince him to take us, like, to show us where to go, and he's not letting me go there. So I missed something. And I don't
Go
know what.
where? You didn't miss anything.
Oh. I thought I was supposed to be able to go back into the office.
No, you were absolutely not allowed to go back into the office.
Oh, well then that's not what I'm confused. My friend in here. Wonder if Edgeworth is back yet. There he is! Look, he's writing something. Huh? What are you doing here? Sure was quick to throw that paper on the floor. Tough day in the court, huh? I've had to live the past 2 years lying around. That's another allegation to me. Cheer up, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm rooting for you. That's Edgeworth for you. Always trying to hide his real feelings. What do you want? Like some people, I don't have all day. Well, first I want to look at the paper that you threw on the ground. Wonder what he was writing for. Hello, Mr. Wright. Take a look. Are you crazy? Edgeworth is sitting right there. Distracted. I'll check it out. Hey, Edgeworth. Is that Detective Gumshoe at the window there? Oh no! He's falling to the ground! Hold on. First, let me see what this girl is doing crawling around my feet. Didn't even look! He really thought that was gonna work. What? Letter of... Can't read, I'll read it for you. As letter of resignation. Nation? Edgeworth, you don't mean... hired, Mr. Wright. You were just saying what's another allegation, like 2 seconds ago. What is it? beside me has died. Mr. Edgeworth, none of it is your fault. You know the path I've walked. You don't need to tell me. And the path I've walked hasn't been a just one. I can't forgive myself for what I've done. No one else should forgive me either. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. Mr. Wright, please, you have to do something. Letter of resignation. If I can use it for anything. I guess we're taking it. We're keeping it to ourselves. There's no
Damn, I wonder what we could use this for.
No excuse for what I've done. 2 years ago, I used false evidence to obtain a guilty verdict. That's what it all breaks down to. Nothing I do can erase that fact. You didn't know, did you? That evidence was falsified. The police department and the prosecutor's office share a bond of trust. If that bond is broken, we stand to lose everything. The police department's error is my error. My responsibility is the prosecutor in charge. The fact remains, same no matter what excuses I might have. Edgeworth, I take pride in my work. Tell me why. Why has it all come to this? Edgeworth can't keep this kind of emotion bottled up. Are you up for the trial tomorrow? First, last year's trial, and now this one. Seems all you do is worry about me. Be honest, you're getting on my nerves. But Mr. Edgeworth, you can't just walk out on the trial. Tomorrow's the last day. Too late to change prosecutors. I'll bet that's what my superiors are banking on. Never thought that case would come back to haunt me like this. That list of evidence. Too short. Most lists run twice as long. Only half as long as most lists? That is odd. After Neil Marshall was murdered, I became prosecutor for that case. I may not have been part of the investigation, but at the time there was only one thing on my mind. I used the evidence I was given to prove the suspect guilty. Hey, we just saw a picture taken around that time. That picture. Something seems strange about it. Not worried about that. Tell me about the J crime. Tell us again about what happened that day. The day Detective Goodman was murdered. You were participating in a ceremony at the station, right? I've never cared for ceremonies, but I had to attend that one. Because you were awarded this? Those receiving awards can't exactly skip out on the ceremony. I finished up at my
Sure
office
you
in the
can,
morning.
I've done it.
Literally. I finished up at my office in the morning, then drove over to the police department. Finished up at the office? Yes, just odds and ends, clerical stuff. I didn't plan on returning to the office that day. That is, until I was asked to take something back. Take something back? Yes. Yeah, Aunt asked you to hold on to that, didn't you? Yes. Piece of evidence in the case that was closed half a year ago. Asked me to bring it back to the prosecutor's office. Where we heard yesterday. You came back here to the prosecutor's office because the chief asked you to? That's right. That's concerning, since the killer. Anyway, do you like my picture?
It's fine.
This picture was hanging on the wall in Chief Kent's office. Prosecutor Neil Marshall had just started making a name for himself. Looks like this was taken when he received the King of Prosecutors trophy. Speaking of that, there's something that bothers me. Yes? The trophy Mr. Marshall is holding is a little different than yours. Yeah, it's also got a broken sword on it. Or something. It has a weird shape on it. Yeah, you're right. I remember now. Remember what? That was the official prosecutor trophy used until that time. There's a story behind it. Story? Sounds interesting. Would you mind telling it to us? Simple, really. Contradiction. That's what the award's based on. This award originates from an ancient Chinese tale. In Chinese, the word contradiction is written with two characters. The first means halberd and the second means shield. Have you heard the story? Me? Oh, sure. Everyone knows that. Why don't you tell it, though? For Emma's sake. You don't have to lie, man. It's okay. Very well. By the way, Stanley is coming to the opposite side so I can pet him with my other hand.
Wow.
Long ago, in the Kingdom of Shu, there was an arms merchant. Today, he presented the king with 2 items. The first was a halberd he claimed could slice through any shield or armor. The second was a shield he claimed could withstand any weapon. Wait a minute. Objection! Those claims contradict each other. Very perceptive. And again, you've heard this story before, right? Anyway, as you mentioned, the very descriptions of these items credit them both. When the king pointed this out, the merchant was left speechless. Thus, the Chinese word for contradiction was born. Oh, I see. What the chipped shield and the broken knife symbolize? Precisely so. They symbolize the merchant's items. The ancient tale ends with the merchant either lost for words, but it's in our nature to pursue matters to their conclusion, even if it results in something as ugly as this. Wow, thanks, Mr. Edgeworth. I learned something new today. That's funny. That's so, then why were you only given a shield? You'll have to ask Chief Gant. 2 years ago, he had the halberd part of the award abolished. King of Prosecutor's Trophy updated in the court record. 15. Why, Mr. Edgeworth, I'll miss you so much. Do you want to see anything in the world that I own? See my files? Right, please. I'm the prosecutor on this case. You don't expect me to sit here and discuss the case with you over a cup of tea. I'll pass on the tea.
Yes.
Just tell me about the case. Mr. Wright, Edward just told you no in a very stylish manner. What side are you on anyway? Maybe if I just show him my best evidence, I can get some reaction out of him. Like your letter of recommendation? Say where there's smoke, there's fire. Apparently, I was so caught up in the smoke, I lost sight of the truth. Edgeworth. The others are right. I have no right to serve as a prosecutor. Mr. Edgeworth, you're only doing your job. I've always made my own decisions about what I can or cannot do. That hasn't changed. Giving myself is something I cannot do. Uh-oh. I think he's serious. He does need therapy. Right?
He's
Do
fine.
something. Letter of resignation. If I can use it for anything. I wonder if I can weaponize this in my trial. Alright. Excuse me. I knew it. Do either of you care for a quarter pound of roast beef? The star. Out of lunches. Certainly are the few store, aren't you? Kind of like the first person who sucked a cow's nipple to discover milk. I don't think that happened. Still, I never thought you'd go digging up the case from 2 years ago. Everyone in this trial was involved in the SL9 incident. Not only that, but the murder occurred on the very day the evidence from that case was due for transferal. Can't be attributed to coincidence. Aren't you forgetting something? You know, that little scene I happened to witness? The instant Lana stabbed Detective Goodman with a knife? No matter how much of the past you dig up, it won't change what I saw. Roast beef is meant to be savored when eaten. Star's hatred towards Lana. It all dates back to 2 years ago. So dark. That's a name I'll not soon forget. We trailed him for half a year. Oh, the pressure. Still, I don't think I was more alive than I was then. Those days were steamier than a bowl of hot gravy. Poor old Jake Marshall, though, must have been going through hell. Because of his brother's death. They were close, those two. After Neil died, something took over Jake. She became obsessed. Seeing Jake like that made her all the more desperate. Her? And a Sky. I suspect. Welcome back, Nick. The best of the
Nick,
best
hi.
were put on this SL9 case. Of course, they were led by that legendary duo.
Did you figure it out?
The
Huh?
green gopher.
Oh my fucking god.
You did
When
gold.
we- when
You
we-
did gold.
When we have Dr. Pepper in peace.
Lana and Chief Gant.
The green gopher and Dr. Pepper.
The Green Gulper strikes again.
Do you know how fucking hard it is to swallow quietly when your mouth is
No.
filled with delicious liquids?
Sip less at a time.
Okay.
I understand.
That legendary pair was the reason we were able to keep up our investigation. That's why we're so shocked over how it turned out. You mean with the forging of evidence? Don't get me wrong. Joe Dark got what he deserved. Still, it was obvious the evidence produced in court was being manipulated. Items our team never found would suddenly appear, while other items were kept secret. But you didn't have proof anything illegal was done. I'm proof enough of what happened. After that case, all of us save Goodman were relieved of our duty. Most without even so much as an invitation. Then Lana Sky transferred to the prosecutor's office and became a prosecutor. Lana always wanted to be a prosecutor. I think it's quite as simple as it appears. Huh? Lana Sky was merely being used as a pawn. That's my take on the matter. Being used? Jamie Gant and Lana Sky. 2 years ago, Gant was chief detective and Lana second in command. They were the best. They solved all kinds of cases together, didn't they? Jamie Gant's magnetism in particular was almost unreal. His magnetism? By that I mean his ability to achieve evidence. He produced the most incredible evidence in cases handled. Incredible evidence? Oh yes, there were rumors about him even back then. No one dared confront him, though. I think she's talking about forged evidence. Back then, everyone looked up to Lana. All the detectives wanted to be like her. Really? Oh yes, myself included. I was a fool, really. She hated anything crooked, and always watched out for the other detectives. That's why she was so concerned for Jake. Marshall. Jake's brother was murdered, she felt as if she had lost her own brother. If it wasn't for her, I don't think Jake would have ever recovered from his shock. That's what makes it all the more infuriating. Darn. That's why I'll never be able to forgive her. She had to turn so cold after that. Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office 2 years ago, didn't she? Yes, thanks to Chief Gant's powerful influence. That's right. Having solved the SO9 case, his position as chief was secured. There was only one thing left for him to control, and then no one could stand in his way. The prosecutor's office. What? That's why Lana was transferred? He could control the chief prosecutor, he could control the prosecutor's office. That must have been his goal all along. But how could he control Lana? I don't know, but one thing's for sure. Ever since that case ended, she's never been the same. It's only logical to conclude. Must have been a reason for her change. At last. Finally getting close to the bottom of this ugly mess. Thank you, Miss Starr. You listen to me, rookie. It takes more than just ingredients to create fine cuisine. I hope to turn out to be a better chef than I've been. Thanks. I kind of like her now that she's not, like, lying to my face.
Being a fucking infuriating witness.
Yeah. I guess I'm out of here. Did she give me that roast beef?
No.
Where's my roast beef? I need my food. I have to feed Gumshoe so he's not hungry anymore. They haven't fed him ever. They never ever fed him in his life. February 24th. Again. Oh, you're back. You're still here? I'm gonna make 150 copies of these files. Bring coffee, copying files, turning into a regular DJ. You're a DJ as well? If I'm not mistaken, I think he means desk jockey. That's funny. Oh, that DJ. I gotta admire your persistency, but my answer is still no. Not letting you into the chief's office, period. It'd be my neck on the line. Office last crime scene in the SO9. Yeah, SO9 incident. Have to take a look in there. There's got to be something we can do to make Detective change his mind. Is there anything to say to him? Is there anything to give to him? Oh wait! I do have something to give to him! This is crumpled up piece of paper. No way. Sir Edgeworth can't be serious. Is he ever not serious? I can't believe they pushed him too far. Sir Edgeworth really feels responsible. At first, I thought he was as cold as ice. But now I know different. He trusted us detectives to provide him with sound evidence. He betrayed him. Detective. That's it. I've made up my mind. But here, take my ID card. Do that? If someone found out, they wouldn't let you off the hook with another lost item report. Look at me. It's no secret I'm already out of the loop. After all, I'm friends with Mr. Edgeworth. Depending on how this case turns out, I may already be as good as terminated. What? So at least let me do this. Mr. Edgeworth's sake. Alright, Detective. Thank you.
Thank you, Gumshoe.
Gumshoe's ID tucked swiftly into your pocket.
Remix.
Remix.
Wanna see his ID? Detective Gumshoe isn't very photogenic, is he? Yes, he is! Whatever you do, just don't say that to his face. He's right there. Look, his eyes are half shut. Oh, he's smiling!
He's smiling.
Yeah, and his mouth is half open. Hey, each of his shirt buttons is off a notch. Okay, maybe that's not so good. He's got the narrow end of his tie in front. Okay, maybe that's not so good. I think this goes beyond being a photogenic issue. Okay. I wanted to read the number, though. Not gonna show it to me? Oh.
That is some pixel analysis. 88.
Police department. Thank you, Gumshoe. I'll miss you so much when they kill you.
7777.
And it's not 777. I knew that. Alright, let's go to Chief's office. Happy February 24th. Here goes, Mr. Wright. Look. Open sesame. You're gonna find us now. Captain Gumshoe's a goner. If that happens, I'm counting on you to bail me out. Eep! Ah!
What? What?
Did she just punch him?
I think so. Sorry, I thought you were a ghost. I didn't even know you could slap a ghost. Ah! Captain Gumshoe!
Oh.
What are you doing sneaking up on us like that? I wasn't sneaking. Worried something might go wrong. So I came too. You're here. What's the point of giving us your ID card? Crumple Gumshoe's ID card in pocket. Hey, don't do that to my card. How would they ever get a chance to come in here? I figured I'd have a look around myself. Besides, we're all in this together now. We're buddies! Hooray! You really do want to get fired, don't you? Not if we're lucky. Come on, let's see what we can find out. Got a bad feeling about this. That desk on the other side of the room. Is that your sister's? Yes. That's where I was waiting for Lana. On the day 2 years ago. Is anyone using it now? No, sir. This is an entirely Chief Gant's office now. We practice a strict policy of preserving the crime scene. That's a strange reason to leave it there. He leaves it as a warning to everyone else. He wants us to always be alert. noticed himself at our New Year's party. Of course, he was pretty intoxicated at the time. So ever since Lana left, no one ever touches that desk. No one except Chief Gant, and the cleaning lady who's in here each morning. Still, 2 years have passed since that incident. There can't possibly be any clue. Yeah, you'd think he'd get rid of them if they were gonna incriminate him at all. Can I ask you something? Sure. You only came here to look around, right? One of the SO9 crime scene. I mean, that's your only reason for coming here, isn't it? Why do you ask? You don't think... he wouldn't be. No. Oh, there's no way. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, then let's look around a bit more. Hey, hold on. Not so fast, buddy. Huh? What is it? Someone tells you don't worry about it. It's supposed to start bothering you, pal. That's so funny. Normal. You don't just let it go at that. Sorry. Guy's starting to get on my nerves. Be nice to him.
Be nice.
Okay, so what's bothering you? You don't think Ant might be a suspect, do you? What? Yeah, Mr. Wright, what do you think of him? Ant. Finally come to this.
I think he killed that guy.
I think he killed that guy. Do I think of him? Perhaps it's best I don't divulge my feelings yet. There he goes, ignoring me again. Aww. Alright, let's examine. First of all, I know this. It's the real deal, isn't it? Armor in these weapons. There is, pal. The chief doesn't care for imitations. First the pipe organ, now this armor. You know how many taxpayer dollars must have gone into this room? What? You mean we're paying for this? That's it. I'm not paying 1 cent of my taxes. You don't have any taxes to pay. Shh, be careful what you say. Who knows? Maybe hiding in his armor as we speak. I don't think he'd fit in there. Even if he did, he's never been able to get back out. Cut it out. You guys don't know how scary that guy can be. I like this safe. This is a safe, isn't it? Safe. Fruit is riper than trees. Okay, if you say so. It looks like a code needs to be entered on this panel to open it. 7-digit number. I just might know what it is. You know what it is? I have a hunch. Oh, I know. I'm gonna try my birth date. It's... No.
No, what's his birthday?
I have a better idea. There's nothing. I have an idea. But I don't... It's either what I think it is, or it's another one that I think it is, but I don't have access to the number that I would need for that, so I'm gonna do this first.
What was the other one you thought it was?
I was thinking it could have been the date of the day that, the killer tried to kill Emma.
Remix.
Bingo.
Remix.
What number did you enter? Whose birthday was that, pal? 7777777. The final ID card number on that record. What? Number of that mysterious executive officer who entered the room that day. You mean 7777777? That ID number? I think you're 1 7 shy this time. There's only one thing. That's Chief Gant's ID number. Hey, you don't care to look inside? Okay. Is there any money in there? How much does he have stashed away? Look, it's card from a broken
Rubik.
cup.
Remix.
This somehow looks familiar. Where have I seen this before? There's something else in here too. This is like a piece of leather cloth. It's a handprint, isn't it? Hey, I saw someone wearing a shirt like that once. The chief made up a design? I don't think so. Oh. Well, it was just a thought. Is that it? Is that all that was in the safe? Apparently so. It's empty now. Cloth with a handprint on it. And a broken shard from a cup. They look like the pieces of evidence. But unless you prove them... Wait. Unless you can prove they have something to do with this case, I'm afraid I can't just let you take them. After all, it's my neck on the line here. Great. Now I have to prove their relevance. Get them. Are these 2 items related to the SR9 incident? It's gotta be something we can show the detective. Well, I'm busy, so I'm gonna keep looking at stuff. Oh, Stanley wants out. Stanley will be out soon. Oh, look at the size of Chief Gant's desk. That when we were here earlier. Oh, it's you two. Gant. Look at that paper he was reading in his desk. I wonder what he was reading. This looks like a list of evidence. In a case. List of evidence. In most cases, the list runs twice as long as this. Hey, look at that case name. Huh? SO9 incident. I wonder what this is doing here. Hold on, detective. Say? I said I wonder what... Oh, about evidence lists. Normally they're twice as long. That's right. Guess there wasn't a lot of evidence. Half-sized list of evidence. That list of evidence. Work. Most lists run twice as long. The other half of the list we're doing here. Do it. Chief must be hiding something about that case. It appears so. Evidence list added to the court record. Well, what kind of evidence is on that list? Okay, Stanley, I'll let you out.
Free him!
Release him.
Free my boy.
He probably decided he needs to go beg for dinner from... Alright. So. Not seeing anything to click on here, but... we can flip it around. Oh, is this our drawing? This is kind of sketchier. What is it? Did you find something? Can't make it out. Better keep quiet about it for now. Huh? Oh, no, it's nothing. Why are you lying? Why are your eyes moving about like that, Mr. Wright? Better not forget about this picture. Okay. I want to look at this picture again, too. Cool. The Chief's organ sure is a sight to behold. Occasionally we hear him playing it in the Criminal Affairs Department. It's on the 2nd floor, and this is the 15th. When the detective shows up, the Chief calls him to his office. Makes him listen to the organ for hours. What's bad about that? Music soothes the soul. After that, Kevin can't hear anything for days except the ringing in his ears. That's an instrument of punishment, literally. But aren't the Chief's ears effective? Never listens to anyone anyway. That's besides the point. Interesting. Interesting. You can see pretty far from 15 stories up. If I were to drop that suit of armor from here. First, the Chief wanted to use stained glass for this window. Did he? Why didn't he? They say he changed his mind because he wouldn't be able to see the view. Oh. Stained glass or not, it's a huge window. Okay. This was taken on that day 2 years ago. The day Joe Dark ran out of questioning. Tried to kill Emma. After receiving the reward trophy, Mr. Marshall took a picture. Then went along to Chief Gant to question Dark. I bet he never knew he'd be dead just a few hours later. Do you think? Lana's desk. Sure is tiny. Lana's always been a meticulous cleaner. Not even any dust on it. Looks like someone's still keeping it clean. Did Lana ever come back here? No. Chief Gant must still keep it clean in memory of a partnership. Whatever the stuff legends are made of. Is it in memory of her, or in memory of the crime? These shelves are mostly empty. Lana must have cleaned them out when she transferred over to the prosecutor's office. There's a small picture frame on the left shelf. Hey! This is when Lana and I went to that theme park. Not allowed to look at it. That giant window. Makes you want to crash through it and jump outside. This is the 15th floor. I know, I'm just saying. Saying what? Since making detective, I've always dreamed about doing something like that. Like yourself, Detective Gumshoe has a lot of dreams. So long as he doesn't go crashing through that window. Fired. Say that was a little rude. Right. I think that's everything I can look at. So let's chat some more. Fine, let's show Gumshoe the object. Detective Gumshoe, have another look at this jar. All of us put that back together. Oh, those were the days. Kind of early to be nostalgic. Wasn't this jar a piece of evidence from that case? That's right. One of the charts had an SL9 incident sticker on it. Doesn't this ring any bells? You know, that fragment we just found? You mean this one that was in the safe? Yeah, that one. Safe. Now that you mention it, it's ringing a lot of bells. Keep it fits. Here, let me see that shard. Crack at this. Go ahead, pal. That's what a rookie could do. Right, here's some glue. I can piece this together again. Prove Chief Gant was knowingly hiding evidence. Goes. Whoa, remix for sure.
Remix.
There. It's like a charm. That, of course, means Gant willingly and knowingly hid a piece of his jar in his safe. In other words, he concealed a piece of evidence from the SL9 incident. Hi, Pandora.
Pandora, hi.
Hi.
Hey guys, get a load of this. What is it?
Hey, get a load of this guy.
This piece you just attached, different from the others. There's a reddish line on it. Reddish line? That's blood. I don't get it. But Chief can't hide this in a safe. The jar data has been updated. Well... I feel a lot better now that this jar's complete. It only raises another question. What's a piece of it doing in Chief's safe? More importantly, why wasn't there any money in there? That what safes are for anyway. I have a feeling the outcome of tomorrow's trial just might hinge on this. That's what the chief was reading before, isn't it? You know, when he first came in here? Yeah. Looks like the right side of the form's been torn off. So Mr. Edgeworth's list really was only half of the whole thing. Something else is bugging me. That. Take a look at the back of that form, pal. Back? I did already. I guess I will. Again. Coming through this kind of sketch here. What is it? Did you find something? Don't keep quiet about it now. I don't know why you're keeping quiet about it when he just said, check out the back of the paper. Guess we're not gonna talk about it? Whatever. Anything to talk about? No. Bye. Hey, do you wanna see my thing that I found? No. Wanna see my other thing that I found? No. How am I supposed to end this?
Did you? You didn't finish in the office.
I didn't finish what?
You didn't finish in the office.
Oh yeah, there was the other thing in the safe you forgot to take.
What? They... Not allowed to.
You don't have to examine the safe.
But I don't have the other thing.
Yeah. You gotta get it.
From where? It was in the safe. Well, not that one.
But you have to show Gumshoe evidence to get it.
Oh, I have to... Yeah, I forgot about that. Instead it's from... Would it be part of his shirt? Sorry, I don't be able to give you any information, so that's why I have to get it all out of my system now. You understand, don't you? Don't be so negative, detective. You want to share your information, though. Oh, who am I fooling? Never had anything useful to share with to begin with. Not... Hey, positive. I could have sworn it would have been part of his shirt. That maybe it's part of his autopsy report? Setting up on those files. Did this already. I believe Officer Marshall would do something like that. You know Officer Marshall? Of course I do. He's like a mentor to me. When I first started out, he even gave me a small cactus. That's so cute! Really? He said, Dick, to listen to all your troubles. Help, Detective Gumshoe talks to the cactus. That's so cute! Hard to believe
think
he's
that's
controlling
nice.
now. Someone ought to trade places with him. What? Why are you looking at me like that? Snake wanted the murderer to go dark, right? That piece of evidence, he would have been found guilty. Or considered the knife was found inside the victim's body. That case was solved the next when Detective Goodman's locker. How could it have possibly gotten to Mr. Edgeworth's room? Not only that, but it was wrapped in my scarf. It's even more mysterious, whether that's called a scarf or a muffler. Into me that, pal. That I don't know. Wait, can I do luminol on it?
You
Yeah, I
need
just
this.
bought some of that stuff. I can't do that. Hey, can I get fingerprints on that thing? Get to Gumshoe. I'd like you to have a look at this. Hey, I know what that is. You want to take some fingerprints? Great idea, detective. Right, go to town. Sheesh! What are you doing? Why are you sticking out your hand like that? Go ahead, take my fingerprints. It's not your fingerprints, it's fake. Huh? Come on, this isn't time for jokes. I'm talking about that cloth we found in the safe. Oh. I knew that. The handprint on it, right? Yeesh, where's your sense of humor? Hey, Mr. Wright. Let's check for prints. Sprinkle the powder on the cloth. Then, once they've been absorbed in the prints, blow the rest away. What are you, my mom? I've been told a million times. Alright, let's get this over with. Need this one. They make you brutally cover this thing. Every dot. There we go. Right.
Remix.
Remix.
Huh.
Uh-oh.
Remix.
Remix.
Match found. No. How can this be?
Emma, did
Emma's
you kill that
fingerprints still in
guy?
here. Hey, you found a match? Whose fingerprints were they? Huh? Oh, well, it seems the prints are too old. Why are you lying? They aren't clear enough to get a match. Oh. Bad. How could they be Dark's prints? Hey, you. Over here. What's going on here? What's that kid's prints doing inside the chief's safe? Ask me. Keep this information from Emma for now. Here. Maybe you should hold on to this. Paper cloth folded and added to the court record. Getting a little nervous. Well, was I any help? Yes. Of course. Thanks to your ID card, we were able to get some hard evidence. Now that's not very kind, is it? Words, if it wasn't for his ID card, he would have been useless. Isn't that right, you in the coat? You can't. We didn't think you'd be back so soon. Fortunately, I'm a man who believes in signs. As I was walking to my meeting, I happened to look out a window and saw a stray dog run into a pole. Just then I thought of a certain detective. You mean me, sir? Now then, I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you all. Yes, sir. Sorry. Oh, you in the coat. Sir? Drop off your ID on the way out. You won't be needing it anymore. Sir. Now get out. Yes, sir. Be on our way
It
too,
looked like
then.
he was barely containing rage in that.
Yeah. You, the one without the spiky hair. Don't go yet. You, sir? I'd like a word with you. Sir.
Fuck no.
I'm not a licensed scientific investigator yet. You with the spiky hair. You're free to go. It's
No
right.
fucking way am I leaving a teenage girl alone with you.
I guess I am anyway. Look, pal.
Teenage!
I've told you once, I've told you
Jesus,
1,000
man.
times. Chief's office is off limits. But no, you just had to go sneaking in there like that, didn't you? I thought you said you didn't care anymore if you were fired. Yeah, but if I knew it'd be like this, I never would have said it. I've seen the evidence Chief Gant was hiding in his office. I'm finally starting to get the picture. Hard to believe anyone could keep quiet about it all this time. Anyway, you listening to me. I try to smooth things over with the chief again. Later, pal. I don't think that's gonna work. Good luck, though. After that, I heard from Emma. The police want to ask her some questions. She'll be busy for the rest of the day.
But you're a lawyer. You can be there. Think about this.
I see. So the chief asked Emma to come in for questioning. No use thinking about it. Tomorrow's the final day in court. I'm committed to doing everything I can to defend you, that's why I'm here. I've already told you all I can. What you've told me over the past couple of days is absolutely nothing. Not a single useful thing. Really? I believe I did mention something quite important. I told you right at the beginning. I said that I was the one who stabbed Detective Goodman. I think I finally figured it out. Who it is you're hiding behind those words. Mia did a good job mentoring me. I'm rather jealous. James Edgeworth was right. Edgeworth. Once you convince you know something, no one can persuade you otherwise. Thick-headed is the term he used, I believe. Better tell me the rest of the story. I have to admit I was more than a little perplexed at first. You insisted you did it. There was no incriminating evidence. That's when it hit me. Not that you're unwilling to tell the truth. That you're incapable of doing so because of a certain individual. What an intriguing notion. Certain individual, you say? I'm protecting this person. Protecting? No. I think afraid of is more like it. If I'm not mistaken, the person in question may have persuaded you to silence. For argument's sake, Mr. Wright, who, may I ask, is this person you're speaking of? The one I am supposedly so frightened of. Who is this person? They just put it right there at the front. Take that! Oh, Miss Guy. Right. We're addressing the chief prosecutor. Not forget your place. Take it she's still not ready to spill the beans. My apologies. Could you please tell me a bit more about the circumstances? We were partners until 2 years ago. I respected him as a detective. Assuming he is respectable, then tell me something. How would he try to hide his crimes? His crimes? Both you and Edgeworth will be brought before a board of inquiry for what you did. Specifically, hiding and forging evidence. Of course, these are serious offenses. Why is it, though, that Chief Gant's name was never mentioned? Chief Gant? Edgeworth didn't know the truth behind the forgery. The only party who could have possibly investigated that evidence was me. I had access because I was second in command of the investigation. Yes, you, but also one other, Damon Gant. If you intend to accuse Chief Gant, you need more than just words. Any proof that Chief Gant falsified evidence in that case. Have this. Some proof of the Chief's wrongdoings? Here it is. That evidence proves someone is doing something wrong, alright. But it's not the Chief. Who would that be? Why, you, of course. Me? Yes. Seriously believe what you're saying, don't you? Now that's scary. I seem to have the makings of a criminal in you. With all your fallacious accusations. Care to spend the night in the next cell? If you ask me, you're the scary one. I don't know if I did the right one. Probably not, I guess? I'll do the evidence list. I just found this in a safe in the chief's office. Here we go. This jar of piece and this strip of cloth. That... Come on. You know what these are? They're pieces of evidence from the SL9 incident. The person concealing evidence was none other than Chief Gant himself. Now tell me, why are you taking all the blame for it? Touché, Mr. Wright. It's as you surmised. I cannot disobey the Chief's orders. Even if it means being found guilty for... Why not? Come now, Mr. Wright. Possibly expecting me to tell you all that. 3 days ago, I had no choice but to cooperate in the murder of Detective Goodman. Or perhaps I should say follow orders. Yes, that's more accurate than cooperate. Although I can't tell you the details, I can say that I was given an order that day. I need you to dispose of Bruce Goodman's body. You'll find it inside the trunk of Miles Edgeworth's car. Just as I suspected. Despite what everyone believes, you're not the one who murdered Detective Goodman. Correct. He was trying to take the body out of Edward's car. The trunk was broken. I discovered that murder weapon while inspecting the body. Murder weapon? You mean Edward's knife? No. When I found the body, this was the knife stuck in it. Knife from the SL9 incident. Serial killer Joe Dark's knife. I gotta look at something. 12-centimeter knife. I don't know how many centimeters this is in 1
Mix.
centimeter. It's different though, because I remember I pointed that out earlier. Yeah. I couldn't just leave that knife in it. So I took it out and stabbed him with another knife. What? That would be Edward's knife? That's right. Even though he was already dead, my hands were shaking at the thought of stabbing him. That's why I ended up cutting my hand. That is the reason for the bandage on your right hand? Yes. Seems that I got blood on the victim's shoe as well. And saw me just as I plunged the knife in. Scar. Why did you need to hide Dark's knife so badly? It took a lot of work to finally close the Dark case 2 years ago. It was over with. I didn't ever want it to be opened again. My intent was to prevent that, by whatever means possible. So, you hid Dark's knife? The weapon used to stab the detective was evidence in the Dark case. If word got out, which it would, others would have a field day with that. But you wrapped the knife in your scarf and hid it. Edward's exhaust pipe. Right. Then I called my sister. Tell her what happened, and to ask her to hide the knife that was inside my muffler. You asked Emma? I didn't want anyone, of course, to know about this. That would explain. So confident. About Lana's innocence. Speaking of phone calls, I had a bad feeling about one of them. Or that day. A bad feeling. The truth is, after I received those orders from Aunt, first thing I did was make a phone call. Phone call to Patrolman Drake Marshall. And then his music come on. The Marshal? Why on earth would you call him? The lead investigator for the SL9 incident was murdered. I wanted that fact to be kept hidden, and I needed help. He was the only other person I could trust. Or at least I thought I could trust him at the time. However, then after I spoke to him, he went off on an escapade of his own. Oh, you mean... Not wanting the case to die, he decided to take things in his own hands. He disguised himself as Detective Goodman, tried to steal the evidence. He had already stolen the ID card, and he still hadn't made up his mind to break into the evidence room. After my phone call, any remaining doubts he had must have disappeared. Your phone call caused the incident in the evidence room. I'm afraid that's all I can tell you. But Lana, you've earned my respect, Mr. both as a defense attorney and an investigator. Now please, don't pursue this any further in court tomorrow. Tomorrow's trial. One way to drive off Lana's demons. Funny word to use, demon. I've got to get to the bottom of everyone. I've got to get to the bottom of everything. Detective Goodman's real murderer. And what went down in the chief's office 2 years ago. To be continued.
The end.
The end.
Forever and ever. We're done.
And now we're done. Forever. No game
Now
happened after that.
for
They showed us this, fade to
Well, it's
black,
turning
this is the
to-
end.
it's
You
fine.
didn't.
She got the
You
death
didn't need to see the rest of the
penalty.
trial. That's not important.
It's not important, it's time for dinner.
Don't worry about it.
And bedtime.
Fine.
Roll credits.
Hmm.
Thank you. Nightbot and Zag and Jay and Nick And not Smiley because he's sleeping or
Oh.
something. But of course, I thank him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Pandora was here briefly.
Mm-hmm. Thank you,
So
Pandora. It's always
awesome.
good to see you.
Mm-hmm.
hmm
And that's it.
Oh, are we actually stopping?
Yeah, it's 17.
Mm-hmm.
It's so
Wow.
Jover.
Yeah.
It's so Jover.
Plus, I know that case is going to take another entire day. We'll just do it next
Yeah.
week. Same time, same place, same day of the week. I say
See
same
you
time
then.
as if it's ever started at the same time. Hopefully, we'll start closer to
It's
3.
okay.
And then on Thursday, we're gonna play Psychonauts, and we'll win. I
Wow.
think we have more. Yeah, we have two more brains to go back into and get stuff, and then big final stuff. Forever, probably. But yeah, everyone for hanging out.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I'll see you all soon. Goodbye.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.